Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. In just a moment, I am walking my happy butt over to the futon because I'm checking out the new Max original, Caddo Lake. Caddo Lake is both written and directed by Logan George and Celine Held, and it's also produced by M. Night Shyamalan. What a twist! Well, anyways, guys, this film tells the story of a family that's dealing with the loss of their 8-year-old daughter in Caddo Lake, and it would seem that there's some kind of mysterious force or supernatural occurrence that's happening at the lake, and as the family tries to deal with and solve the mystery of their lost daughter, they start to notice different connections with any disappearances or strange happenings in the lake to their daughter's disappearance. All in all, this looks like a real creep fest of a movie. It doesn't necessarily give me hardcore horror vibes, but it does seem like something that's going to be very creepy and thrillery. Probably something that would be perfect for the non-horror fan this time of year. So you know what, guys? It is enough of me sitting here yammering on. I need to go over to the futon because, of course, my cat Haku is patiently waiting on me. We all know he loves a good scary movie, and especially super early in the morning. So it's enough of me yammering on. I got to get over to the futon and check out Caddo Lake. Welcome back. Just getting done checking out Caddo Lake. And guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought this was a fun little thriller. So let's get this started, shall we? We're going to get things started with negatives, then move into the positives to end the video on the ever so important high note. The first negative I want to talk about is the way this film is being presented to the public. I feel like Max is trying to advertise this film as a horror movie. They've lumped it in with their other October films, and they're showing all these spooky, scary movies, and then this film is also in that list. Well, here's the thing, guys. This is not a horror film in any way, shape, or form. This is a family drama thriller with a really cool story attached to it and a mystery and all. This is nothing scary whatsoever. At no time in this film did I feel any kind of dread. Did I ever feel like the story was trying to scare me or the movie itself was trying to scare me? It didn't have the elements of a horror movie, but it did have some nice creepy vibes. It did have some really cool suspense and some tense moments, but it never really made me feel any kind of fear or dread. So if you're somebody this Halloween who is looking for a movie that isn't necessarily scary, but it does have a nice little creep factor attached to it and a cool mystery, this might be a film for you. If you're somebody who wants to watch a scary, blood-filled, gore-soaked horror film, this is definitely not the film for you, but you should check it out. It's just not something that you should check out on Halloween if you're looking for a horror film. This movie is also a film that I would have liked to have seen in theaters, to be perfectly honest, because the lake is beautiful. There's so many really amazing shots of the lake in this film that really give you an idea of just how massively huge this place is, and also at the same time how claustrophobic it is, because it's a lake that has a lot of trees in it and it creates these pathways and islands. So at some points of this movie it really feels like you're in some kind of swamp, and I liked the way that that was all done, and I just feel that that could have been presented so much better in theaters instead of on the small screen. But hey, you know what? It's still a good movie nonetheless. The runtime of this film is also around about an hour and 45 minutes. I feel like the film could have tightened it up just a little bit to get to that good old sweet spot of an hour and 30 minutes. There's a few moments where it does feel like the movie itself's dragging along a little bit. You want it to kind of pick up a little bit. It's not necessarily a pacing issue. It's just some moments where it feels like maybe a shot gets kind of hung on a little too long, or spots in the, the storyline that you didn't really need. They just kind of seem like, little scenes that are there for no real reason. Stuff like that could have been just kind of leaned down a little bit to get to that 130. And in all honesty, guys, this could be a nitpick because I at no point in time did not feel unentertained. There's some moments where you kind of feel like the story itself just kind of slows down for a minute. Maybe it's a good moment to run to the kitchen real fast and get a drink. But anyways, not like something that ruins the movie altogether. So let's move into the positives, shall we? Let's talk about that cinematography right out the gate. I did really love the way this movie was shot, and I really wish that the film would have been in theater so I could have seen a lot of the nature and the natural elements on the big screen because it was so colorful and beautiful. And those moments when they're out in the lake, man, I just felt like it would have just really needed that extra edge, because that was one of the things with like In a Violent Nature that I really appreciated with the big screen presentation, was how beautiful the forest looked like. And here we are in a similar type of setting but on a lake, and it's gorgeous. The lake itself is also its own character, and I really enjoyed the way that this film looked, and I really think that it would have benefited from a theatrical release. The acting in this film is also outstanding. Eliza Scanlon is our lead actor in this film. She plays the older sister of the young girl that's missing, and she does an excellent job in this film. Also, the other lead, Dylan O'Brien, he does an outstanding job in this story. And the story itself does a really good job of telling its story and also doing two things at the same time. Now, the movie itself is not a slow burn. It might look like it's going to be a slow burn, but every moment that this film is going on has intrigue and all, and it keeps you going more and more. You want to learn more and more of what's going on. And the film uses this trick by telling two different stories at the same time. Dylan O'Brien has his story, and Eliza Scanlon has her own story, and they're both happening at the same time at this lake and being told simultaneously. Because like I said, this lake is big. There's a lot going on. So you have her looking for her lost sister, and he's trying to solve the mystery of his mother that was having some strange medical problems that she probably shouldn't have due to this lake, and all of the weirdness that's going on around it. The story does a good job of slowly telling itself, just giving you nice little tidbits and hints, and then of course exposing everything near the end. The good old "oh, what a twist" is also prevalent in this, but it doesn't necessarily make or break the movie. Like, oh, everything was going pretty crappy until that good old twist, and that made the movie. It's just another element of the film. The story, the mystery, everything itself is a lot of fun to just watch all this unfold. Now, I did find myself kind of figuring out how this movie is going on, maybe a little too soon, but then again, I'm somebody who does watch a lot of films like this. All in all, guys, I would have to say that this was a very well-made, well-executed film that I really think would have benefited from a theatrical release, but I am also extremely happy that it's on Max, because you can watch it right now. Just sit down in front of your TV. It'll cost you nothing but your time, and believe me, guys, this film is definitely worth it. Now, are you somebody who does not have a Max subscription? Is this a film that is so amazingly good that I need to get my Max subscription? Well, maybe get that free little month or week or whatever they give you these days. See if you like it and watch this movie, definitely. Make your own decision on the service from there. I'm not getting a sponsorship, so I don't care. Alright, guys, well, you know what? In all honesty, that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.